Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from Whistlepig. This is their piggyback rye picked for Alfa Romeo F1 racing team, coming in at a 96.77% ABV. No official age statement on the bottle. Slight correction on this. After looking at their website, it does say they are using their 6-year-old 100% rye in this bottle. Just doesn't necessarily tell us on the bottle itself. So, I always give credit to unique grains, to unique casks, and Whistlepig always does weird things, and weird in a good way because you don't know if something's going to stick until you throw it against the wall, right? This, as soon as I read about this, I knew I had to grab a bottle, and it finally showed up here today, and there's a lot to go over on this bottle. Some of it probably is gimmicky, but there's actually some finishing, interesting product going on here. So starting off, we know this is a single barrel pick down by the Alfa Romeo F1 racing team. The 77 at the end of the proof actually is the racing number for Zhou Guanyu, which I hope I pronounced the name correctly. I probably butchered it. And essentially what they've also done, because of him being the first Chinese F1 racer, they've actually finished this in a barrel that held oolong tea and lychee, which is a type of fruit. Really interesting idea, but then we have to always put that weird twist on top of things. So what they did was they threw a whole bunch of barrels into the G-Force wind testing. You can watch the little video for it. It's kind of crazy to watch. I don't know if that's going to do anything to it. I doubt it. They're not going to let that run for weeks or months, I'm sure, but they put it into that G-Force testing, blew a whole bunch of air at it, raised up the G-Force on it, and called it a day. So I don't even know what to expect on that portion, but the oolong tea and lychee barrel mixed in there with 100% rye coming from Whistlepig sounds really interesting. Now, normally their rye is actually 6 years old, if I remember right, but there's no age statement on here, so this might be a younger version of it. I don't know. But when I do pick up a standard bottle of it, we'll definitely do an A-B comparison. But until then, let's go ahead and jump into things. As always, we're going to be trying it two different ways. First way, neat, no ice, no water. Second way, we'll add just a drop of water. See if anything changes up. And as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hang around for a bit. If you're interested in some other Whistlepig reviews, they will be linked up above and down below for you to check out. I've reviewed a few things from Whistlepig. I was pretty critical on their smokestack whiskey. I was not a fan of it. That's probably been my most infamous video I've done so far. I've had some people agree, some people disagree, and that's okay. Doesn't matter what you drink or how you drink it, as long as you enjoy it. But I'm interested in this because I've had plenty of oolong tea. I'm interested on what that rye is going to do to that. Beautiful dark color, and it's already jumping out of the glass. Very dark, almost rum colored, like a spiced rum. All right, let's go for notes. That smells gorgeous. The interesting thing about this is rye sometimes can bring across a tea note, and you're definitely getting this tea vibe from it. It's beautiful. Light spice in there. A little bit of ABV warmth, but it's not horrible. It's not off-putting by all means. It's a little oily, a little waxy in there. And the lychee is coming through a little bit. It is a different kind of a fruit nose to it. You do get a bit of the oak vanilla caramel coming from that barrel itself, but the spice layer is very, very different. And even the tea notes are different. They're very soft, but they do have a creaminess to them. I love that nose. It's a very, very unique nose for a rye whiskey. If you are a rye drinker, this will still put you on a little bit of an edge going, what is going on here? Oh, well, hold on. I just got berries, like a deep, rich berry in there. Berries and cream, but the berry is turned up to like a 12. Oh, that's opening up beautifully. Well, let's go for a taste. That is interesting. Oh my God, that finish. It is deep, rich fruitiness. That lychee is coming through gorgeously. It's almost like a berry patch note to it, like raspberry, blackberry, strawberry, blueberry. You just get all these berries and they're just mashed up in there. And it's a little tart as well. The tea notes are coming through very soft, very light. You then get this nice simple rye spice going on. Coats the palate beautifully. Wow, that is... You got yourselves a winner here, Whistlepig. I mean, right up front, this is a burst of berries, creamy, spicy. The spice notes, the rye is very soft as well. You then get this big burst again of berries, and it clings. A little spicy from that rye. And I'm going to guess that little bit of that light tea notes adding to that spice as well. Don't think I'm tasting any G-Force influence here. We don't know how long it rested in those barrels for. And it's kind of a unique barrel idea as well. But damn if that ain't good. I love the fruit layers to it. And I have to say, the big thing for me is this berry patch note to it, that creaminess. There is a bitterness in here as well, about mid-palate to the finish. I'm going to guess that's from the tea as well, depending on what kind of oolong tea they used and time and all that kind of stuff. Because there is a slight bitterness going on. It's not off-putting, but no ABV, nothing harsh, no off notes. That is a beautiful sip. Wow. All right. I'm excited to see what a little bit of water does. Just a drop or two. Just to really see if we pick up some additional notes in there, especially with that oolong tea going on. But the rye from Whistlepig tends to get a pretty good praise. The bourbon's been a little bit more of a... Come on now. I can't get any water. I'm just trying to grab a little drop there. The bourbon's been a little more mixed bag for a lot of people, but the rye tends to be a pretty good crowd favorite. And in my market, I can usually find the rye for $46. I just haven't gotten around to picking it up. Let's go for notes on the water version. Oh, that has got more berries. What is going on here? So it gets a little more bitey, a little more bitter on the nose. And there is definitely a bit of almost, I'm going to say it's like an artificial berry note. Like if I give you a piece of candy and I just say it's berries flavored. That's what the nose reminds me of. Just a little more artificial on the nose. Like if they would have said this was flavored with lychee and oolong tea, like they just dumped some flavoring in there, I would believe it on this nose. Obviously they didn't. No ABV, nothing harsh, nothing wrong with that. This is so much more complex. The berries are more rich and more distinguishable. And they definitely don't have that artificial note to it. But this isn't bad, it's just that it does remind you more of an artificial berry note. All right, let's go for a taste. That gets a little more bitey to it. Definitely the bitterness is brought out even more. It drinks thinner, which is not the whiskey's fault. That tends to happen. But it dries out the palate and gets bitey. Like to the point that the berry flavor is very much like almost artificial chemical like. It's a night and day difference on the palate. This just takes over what this just did to my palate. It's sweet, berries, teas. It's exactly what their bottle says. You get both that oolong tea and that lychee into it. That's really good. All right, let's talk about market price, because we all know market price is market price, and it's always going to vary. So if they ship to your area, you can actually order this directly from their website for $50. And I think right now they're doing free shipping on a lot of other things, like if you spend at least $50, and it's counted. And I've seen a few of my stores here in Indiana actually price this for $65. Now, I think at $50, it's a really great grab. Heck, I think I would be okay with paying up to $60 for this. I think $65 might be getting a little too high in my books, but I gotta say this, it's single barrel, it's at a really solid proof, and that finishing is beautifully done. Bravo to this one. The G-Force, I don't know if it did anything. Maybe it pushed it deeper into the barrel staves itself. I don't know. All I can say is that even if you hide that G-Force part and say just all the rest of it, it's a unique expression. If you're big into rye whiskey, it's going to be a different trip for you. But if you like fruitier experiences and such a light tea note, but to be honest, for $50, I think it's well worth grab. If not, give it a try if you see it at the bar. It gets a good thumbs up from me here. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Whistlepig piggyback rye finished in lychee and oolong tea barrels. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may our last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, and I even like it might not.